but when I go to tweet it, it's going to the old link. That's not what I want. So, so when it's going live, it's live now. Hold on a second. Hold on. 1 second. I want to show you. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second.
Stop. Stop.
Level 1. Rhythm. Say it. CCP Dick 4.
Woo!
What's up, players? How you doing? This is Torrance Hudson, also known as HUD Zero, and welcome to another episode of Gaming Trouble. I am with my amazing and awesome cast, and of course, to my right, we have my awesome co-host, the co-most, the one that's going to put you in a chokehold and make you tap out, the one and only, the Samoan brother, Tony San Miguel.
What's up, players? Tony San Miguel, the Neon Samurai. Giving you a shout. Had a crappy week, but
Friday, let's have some fun with the topics tonight.
Yes, indeed. And of course, last but certainly not least, the ladies' man, the one who likes to collect all the collectibles, the overachiever, Mr. John Elisea.
What's going on, players? You know me. I love my retro gaming, and I love my gaming history, but before we get onto the show, I'd like to share something with you. Now, you guys know that I'm a huge Mega Man fan, and Torrance obviously knows that for sure from what I showed him a couple months ago.
Absolutely.
So, went to my comic book store today, and my good friend Peter over there, who works at the shop, he told me, I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you guys see it from there or no?
No, you're kind of blanking out a little bit.
Because let me see if I can put it up closer a bit. There you go. Yeah, because it's the background.
Don't worry. If you take the background,
it's the background. I'll show it to you guys later on the show, though. I'm gonna for some reason the background's not doing it, but I will show you guys later on.
That's new. I tell you what.
After commercial break, though. After the commercial break. So.
Okay, no problem at all. And but let's talk about what we've been doing. What have you been playing? I mean, what's been going on with you guys?
I've just been playing Chronicles of the Wolf. Trying to get all the different endings, actually different types of endings to get in that game. I'm really enjoying it. Has the Castlevania feel to it.
Talk about
it. Yeah, like I said, it's got the Castlevania feel to it. There's so many monsters, there's so many towns to visit, and so many people to visit, and it's leveling up. It's like your traditional, almost like I would say it reminds me a lot like Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest.
Yeah, I was just about to say that too. Yeah, Simon's Quest. It has a lot of Simon's Quest, feel to it, which is actually pretty awesome.
Yeah.
From what I've saw.
But that's what I've been playing right now. So I'm trying to finish that up, and then I can move on to some other games that I haven't touched yet. So, cool. What about you, Torrance or Tony, where wants to?
Yeah, Tony, talk about it. What have you been doing? I mean, are you already pretty excited about what you actually showed off and everything? Don't spoil nothing, please don't do it. But let me know. Let me know what you've been playing. And I know you're excited about it. Go ahead, go on for it. What do you got?
Expedition 33. Please hurry up and catch up because we need to talk about this.
Ooh,
yes. You guys are enjoying the hell out of that game.
Yes, oh my gosh, that game.
The twists and turns, man. I thought I was done. I was like, yo, did I just beat the game?
Don't you hate that though? Don't you usually hate that though?
No, I'm enjoying it. The story is great, man.
Okay.
The story is that good.
Yeah, so
it has to be.
Oh, you know what? I mean, I've been playing the same thing. Expedition 33. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh man, you gotta finish that game up. Oh, you gotta finish that game up, dude." My backlog, that backlog and everything is the side of Kansas right now. I have so many games that I actually want to finish, and so many games that I want to play, and so many games I want to get back into. Expedition 33 right now is taking roughly about 80% of my life right now. It's, I'm trying to level up my characters, and, I've been actually finding new discoveries almost all the time. And I'm saying, do I really want to finish this game now? I can't. There's just too much to look for. I don't want to stop. That's all I've been doing. I've been literally island hopping. Literally, I was island hopping, for a straight hour, and I was finding new stuff, and I was like, dude, what is this? Then I got a new ability, and I was like, oh, I can use this now? And I'm going back. I'm backtracking now. I'm like, oh, I can use this for this. Oh, wow. And then I'm finding, those little,
open up new areas and stuff.
Yeah, right? Open up new areas, and also those.
I had to do the same thing with Chronicles of the Wolf because there's some areas that I couldn't reach though until I got that certain area. So once I got that specific item, then I can go back to that area and see what I couldn't go through before.
And the Nevrons,
I haven't gone back yet.
Yeah, the little Nevrons and everything that you have to find, the little ones, and everything, that can bring you back to the chef, and you unlock new stuff while you're going. And then I got a new ability. I was like, oh, I got a new ability. Oh, I can use this. Oh, this is pretty good. Oh, man, dude. I mean, listen, let me tell you something. When you talk about a game that really excites you, this game excites you. It keeps you engaged. The story, the things that you do, the character interactions, the fireside, every single time. Listen, If you haven't played Expedition 33, I suggest you try. You just jump onto it right now. Buy it. Go on Steam. If you have Game Pass, it's free on Game Pass right now. Play it. And on top of this, if you are playing it still in the middle of playing it, you know, take your time. Trust me, take your time because there are new things and abilities and all that stuff. Go travel, explore. Trust me, you will not regret it. You will find new weapons. You will find something that you actually do need. And on top of that, you'll find new discoveries and those firesides. Those firesides, when you're actually talking with your characters, you discover more and more secrets behind every single character. I suggest you do that. Do that often, especially when you fight big bosses. Once you finish a boss, do a fireside. Trust me, you will actually, you will not regret it. And of course, you gain more experience with each and every character. You get more, what do you call it? Your relationships grow with every single character. So my suggestion is you do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. But anyway, that's what I've been playing, and of course I've been going back and because I also want to do some like a little like housework, like housekeeping right now. This coming Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be having a special 25th anniversary of Jet Set Radio.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I love that game. That game is my life. I love it. The music, the skating.
I'm in the bass lines in my head right now.
Woo! Let me tell you something.
The soundtrack, the atmosphere of that game. Oh my God.
I'm going all out on this stream, and I suggest every single person who actually loves Jet Set Radio tune in. I am actually, there's going to be a lot of surprises. We're going to be doing quizzes. We're going to be doing little things. I want you guys to interact. Tell me what your favorite soundtrack is. Tell me what your favorite graffiti tag is.
Characters.
Your favorite character is. All that stuff. Just tell me your favorite moments. Tell me your favorite. Show off your favorite combos. I'm actually gonna. Actually, believe it or not, this is what I want you guys to do right now. If hashtag JSR25th X Gaming Treble. Okay. I want you guys to go online, go to X, or and actually DM me. Go on there. I'm under HUD Zero. That's HUDXERO, and show me your clips. Doesn't have to be too big. Small files, please, and everything. Show off your favorite tricks. Show off your favorite graffiti, whatever it is. And throughout all of them, yours might be showcased on our show this coming Sunday. So my suggestion is and everything, please go on there. I also will show you at the end of the show what the hashtag is, and you will not regret it. You're gonna have a great time. Yes, awesome. It's gonna be so freaking awesome.
It's gonna be fun. Like I said,
it's gonna be so much fun. Trust me, you are going to enjoy yourselves.
Also, I want to add to it. We're gonna be talking about our moments, our favorite characters, and we're not only going to talk about the game, but we'll talk a little bit about the sequel and the future. Like, what do we want to see in the third game that's coming out? Either I think it's going to be most likely to be next year or whenever Sega wants to release this thing. Like, we'll talk about
I think it's gonna be a lot closer. I think it's gonna be a lot closer than you think. I mean, I really think.
Let's see what happens.
It's the 25th anniversary. You think so?
What this Christmas?
Ooh,
this Christmas. I mean, it'll be nice, though, but I highly doubt. But it will be nice.
I'm putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there so that it happens.
Well, all right. Okay, you know what? Okay, listen. I'll be pleasantly surprised.
I'll be happy though.
I'll be pleasantly surprised. I'll be pleasantly surprised in thing if they actually bring out the new Jet Set Radio, just like a shadow drop or something like that. Anything. If they actually do that, man, I would wet my pants.
Oh
literally,
man,
I would wet my pants. It would be amazing. Oh my gosh. But
I'll get
anyway,
naked and run outside. That's what would happen.
Woo! Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh
past all the Christmas decorations,
Yeah. Oh, listen, you know, you be careful, and your wife is going to come after you.
Oh yeah, no, she'll kill me.
Yeah, she'll whack your ass. She'll
All
whack that
right,
ass of yours if you do something like that.
all right, all right. So
I
enough for
deserve it
that.
too. So
Enough for the flim flam. Let's go into our gaming spit. Oh
Yeah,
my
let's do
gosh.
it.
Yes. Gaming
So you want to
spit,
talk about
baby.
the bad news first?
Oh, well, you know what? Let's go into this. Go into the. Well, it's not really bad news, but it's
Well,
disappointing
all
news.
right. Well, I mean, I was
Yeah,
disappointed, but it could
it's
be.
very
I've
disappointing
been reading
news.
a lot of bad news, but you know what? It's good to have the bad news first out of the way, and then we can talk about the good news because you want to save the good stuff for last. That's
Oh,
just
of course.
my
I
thing.
agree. I agree. Right now, okay, so we have like half of the roster. They actually officially picked out for the new Street Fighter live action film. That you know they said that you know right now a lot of mixed thoughts. Street Fighter purists right now are infuriated. A lot of people who actually are not in the know are like, well, give it a chance. And then there's some that are like, who's Street Fighter? So anyway, let's go down the list, and I will tell you the actor and who they are particularly playing. So far, we know that Andrew Koji is going to be playing as Ryu. Noah Centennial is going to be playing as Ken. I'm a little skeptical about that one. Kalina, they just this is actually a recent announcement. Kalina Liang is actually going to be playing as Chun Li. Now, and maybe you're familiar. I don't know if you're familiarized who she is. I believe she.
She just only did like 6 projects because when I didn't know who the hell she was. I had to go look up on
She
her
was a nobody.
IMDb. She only did like
She was
six
like
projects.
yeah, she was like out of left field. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna give her a chance. I'm not really
And you know
sure.
what? It's always a good thing because sometimes nowadays in Hollywood they always like to use their like actors, like they bring all these veteran actors, and then there's not enough new talent out there though. So it's not, I never heard of her, but I'm willing to give her a shot, you know, and let's see what she brings to the table.
All right, so yes, and then we have Jason Momoa, who plays as Blanca. I'm a little, both prosthetics and everything. Maybe aside, maybe that may or may not work. I'm not too certain, but then again,
I think it could.
we'll see. We'll see. This is a funny one. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson playing as Balrog. Um,
I'm all right with that.
You're all right with that?
Don't
Okay.
sleep on 50, man. Look at his past acting roles, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
He's like Christian Bale. He'll drop 50 pounds to play a cancer patient. He's,
true.
yeah, don't.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're
I don't
right.
know. I don't know. I still think Jonathan Majors from Creed 3. I think he would have been the better choice, to be honest with you.
I'm
Because
just
I mean,
saying, man.
I
Don't
don't know if
sleep
you
on
saw 50 Cent's act there, but I just wasn't impressed with him from the Escape Plan, the Expendables 4. You know, I wasn't really impressed with his performance in those 2 films.
I have a feeling it was the script. I don't think it was him. It might have
Yeah,
been the script. The script was horrible. I mean, that's what people have been saying.
yeah.
And four was not that great of a movie anyway. I think they should have stopped at three.
Yeah, the fourth film was trash because I did
Yeah.
see it at an advanced screening, and I could tell you one thing: it is the worst one out of all the Expendables films. But
Yeah.
the
They should
escape,
have
They
the
should
stopped
have
at
escape
stopped
three.
after
plan.
the first two.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're right.
Well, the third one could have worked, but it should have been R-rated. It should not have been PG-13.
Oh yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, why? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a whole other a podcast altogether. And I think
yeah,
maybe
for
we'll
another
save
day.
that
Yeah.
we'll save that for one of our special podcasts and everything if you actually decide to join our Patreon. Speaking of Patreon, if you actually decide to join our Patreon, it's only $5. You actually get an opportunity to join us for some very raw, raunchy, fun, and different podcasting chops and everything from yours truly and my wonderful constituents. We are going to be talking about a plethora of things besides video games. We're going to talk about like what's going on in culture. We're going to talk about what's going on in movies and and entertainment all together. It's going to be an amazing podcast, and of course, it's going to be uncensored. So you're going to get all the f bombs and everything that you will possibly want and need. So, but getting back to the of course,
back to the cast, yeah.
Indeed, going back to the cast, Roman Reigns as Akuma. Yeah, I was kind of confused about that one too.
No.
I don't know.
You don't have a half Italian, half Samoan Akuma?
No.
Japanese demon?
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Orville Peck as Vega. No.
His name is Peck.
No.
You said Peck.
Yeah. And then Andrew Schultz as Dan Hibiki.
No.
Yeah.
They should have got Bobby Lee from Mad TV.
Yeah,
Bobby Lee from Mad TV would have been freaking hilarious. I mean, Bobby Lee has the long hair. You know, I mean, he could have a little bit of martial arts training. He could put some really like light touch into the film to make people have a good laugh. You know, while he's getting his butt kicked or whatever.
You'd have to send Bobby Lee to the gym for a couple of months, though.
Dude, if he's dedicated, I think Bobby Lee can really do it. I really think he can.
That's true.
You know, but the fact that they whitewashed Dan is disgusting. Yeah, Bobby Lee's hilarious, but the fact that they whitewashed Dan is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Well, let's. Basically, we can go down, the do's and don'ts of why, these characters are so bad. But let's talk about who you would cast, and we'll make it brief because we're going to go on to our
This
main.
one's gonna be hard.
I got a few people that I have in mind for some of these characters.
Oh yeah, go ahead and shout them out. Yeah, shout them out.
Well, here's the thing. I think we discussed this before earlier. With Vega, I would have got William Levy. He's a Cuban Hispanic actor. Okay, he's in good shape. He has a perfect accent, and I guarantee you. I mean, and plus he's a very handsome guy. But if you have a guy like that that's going to play Vega, and plus he can attract females to watch this film, and plus give him a couple months of training in bullfighting and jiu-jitsu. Though this guy would bring it as Vega, though. I mean, you've seen that he's got short, like blonde hair. I mean, you could give him like a wig, and he will nail it perfectly. Because I think that was such a missed thing. This Peck guy, he's what is he, a country singer or something like that? He's got no acting skills. I mean, you want somebody that has the acting skills, who's got the physical shape, and who has got a very gorgeous face that's going to attract the ladies. So you want someone like that to play as Vega. Now I mentioned with Bobby Lee as Dan. I mean, I already said about it. I don't need to say any further. But Andrew Koji as Ryu is great though. But however, there is another actor. He also does motion capture. His name is Noah Belder. I apologize if I pronounce his name though. But if you take a look at this guy's looks and his techniques, he could play a really good Ryu. So I mean, if you never heard of this guy, Google him or look at his IG. He will play him perfectly. So that's another he's not like a huge actor, but when you look at him, you can tell that he definitely has the skills for it. So, but and for Balrog, like I said earlier, I think John DeMajors, I think he would definitely pull out a Balrog because ever since I seen Creed 3, I said to myself, oh, he will be a perfect Balrog if they ever do a Street Fighter film. So, but for like I said earlier about Akuma for Roman Reigns, I mean, I would pick any an older Japanese actor to play him though, like does martial arts though. But yeah, I mean for Kendo, I think I would pick someone like Glenn Powell. Yeah, he was also. I think he would believe he was in the Expendables 3 though. I think he either could play as Ken, or he could probably, if he gets bulked up a bit, he could play as Guile. So
that makes sense. That makes sense indeed.
Yeah, but like you said about the other actors who played Chun-Li, I'm willing to give her a shot. But like I said, she's a new actress. Let's just hope she, she puts a lot of work in her kung fu skills and her and in the gym and brings it. That's all I can really say. And Jason Momoa as Blanca, I mean, I could definitely see it though. I mean, like I said, put on some good makeup, give him the green skin, the teeth, dye his hair orange, long orange, and I think he could probably pull it off. I remember Tony did say earlier that he doesn't think he could pull it off. So I don't know if you changed your mind or maybe I misheard you from there, but I remember you did say something about that. So.
No, I don't think any of these guys can pull it off.
Okay, so
I'm not good at this. If I'd put Andrew Koji as Fei Long. He's got that energy. He was more calm and collected, right? Andrew Koji's very he's Bruce Lee intense.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You see him in Warrior.
He doesn't really fit the
have
character.
that Bruce Lee style. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd get what age are they supposed to be in this? Are they playing off Street Fighter 6?
I have I don't know. I think they're kind of streamlining the story if I'm thinking, because they're not really necessarily going by the whole entire storyline. I don't even think they're even going into the past either. I have a feeling this is more like
there's an age gap
it's
there
already it's already established, but I don't know what the story is going to be based off of. Is it going to be based off of Ryu's adventures, or is it going to be based off of Shadowloo? Because right now I haven't heard anything about who's going to be playing as M. Bison. If M. Bison is even going to be in this one, or Sagat.
I'm pretty sure he will.
They haven't shown anything about them. Cammy, maybe, because you're talking about the special forces.
It's funny that you mentioned. Hold on a second before you go on the next. If they want to actually bring a lot of people to see this movie, and I'm sure you guys will agree with me, Sydney Sweeney as Cammy. Come on, a lot of people will go see that for her.
They'll go, but I mean, she's not.
I
don't think she'll be able to pull off the athleticism.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I don't think
I
so
do not
either.
think she'd be able to do that.
A lot of people. There's a lot of. There's a lot
you better
of
give props to a stunt woman
out there
who's
to
able
do
to
that.
see it.
That's true.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just putting it out there because I see a lot of people. They were making AI images of Sydney Sweeney as Cammy pictures. They're all over the place on Twitter. And
that's true. AI's going.
Go ahead.
All right, but other than that, right now, no further word of what they're going to do with the rest of the characters. But and I'd like to see at least a teaser or something. But I need to see it. I need to see visuals, because right now all we know is that who's be playing who, but not how they are going to portray their characters, or if they're going to show off anything right now. So but let's move on to our next. Let's move on to next because we actually had our Arc System Works and our Capcom showcases that actually happened recently. I think it was yesterday.
Yeah, No, it happened yesterday. The two showcases were yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday, and there was some very awesome showings that they showed.
We're gonna do Capcom. We're gonna talk about Capcom, or you want to do?
Let's start with Arc System Works, because that was more exciting.
I love that one. I thought that was the best show out of the two.
So basically, with that one, we actually had an amazing showing of the Bubble Bobble. They showed off, and Double Dragon Revival. So we can start with that. We can start with that one first. Double Dragon Revival.
Okay, we start with Double Dragon.
Yeah, that's a really, really awesome one. Let's see. Pull that one off. Yeah, here we go.
Sure. And then, I'm glad they announced
Tales of a legendary side-scrolling action game that once drove arcades into a frenzy?
I grew up on Double
This
Dragon.
series that enthralled countless gamers.
It's one of those amazing coin ops that I played a long, long time ago. It's one of my childhood favorites. I used to go to the pizzeria right down the street from where I lived. And they had the Double Dragon there, and me and my friend would go over there and go throughout the entire game, and and then of course if you finish the game, as you get to beat each other up. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, and it's awesome. We'd be chasing each other with the bat and stuff like that. It was awesome. I loved it. Um, and then of course Double Dragon 2 and one of those other ones that actually came out. I think it was actually Romstar that actually published it for the arcades for the U.S., but it was still under the Technos Japan. Technos Japan.
Yes.
And I was actually kind of shocked because I had no idea that Double Dragon 2 even came out. And then I saw it. I think I went over to Playland and they had Double Dragon 2 right there in the corner. And I said, "Oh, there's Double Dragon 2! Holy cow!" Couldn't believe it. And I actually ran, and I grabbed some tokens, and I started playing that bad boy, and it was amazing. The sound was punchy, and the characters, and the moves, and stuff, so the cycle and spin kick, awesome, awesome, awesome. And then of course Double Dragon 3, the Rosetta Stone was. Okay.
Yeah.
It was what you would known as
It was the first arcade game that used microtransactions.
Microtransactions, yes. Number one for health. Number two, you had
terrible.
to get weapons.
Weapons which are useless.
Yes, and very useless, indeed. But every single stage you actually get your character.
Terrible with that game.
But it was choppy too. Like the way he walked, it was like it was like almost like stop motion. It was hard.
Yeah.
So,
like the you know how they walk like? Remember Resident Evil with the old controls?
Oh yeah,
That's how they walk.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
So,
Yeah, I know. That was horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double Dragon Revive that's coming out. I believe it's October 23rd.
October 25th.
23rd
or 25th. Well, yeah, one of those.
And of course, it's going to be a special edition. And if you actually pre-order now, you actually get Double Dragon Dodgeball, which actually was I believe it was a mini game that was available on.
Yeah, it's gonna be a mini game though. If you do pre-order, you'll get that as well though.
It's
But
because Double Dragon's part of the Kunio-kun series.
There you go.
And they were in the Super Dodgeball game too.
There you go. And if you're interested in this collector's edition, I'll read you out real quick. It's going to come with an art book. It's going to come with reversible covers of jackets. So if you don't like just for some reason you don't like the Double Dragon Revive cover, you can put the original Double Dragon 1 cover or Double Dragon 2 or Double Dragon 3. Cool. Yeah. And then you get the deluxe edition code that's going to give you more outfits for Billy and Jimmy. And probably for Meriden and Ronzo, because he's also in the game as well. And then you get a poster, you get a soundtrack, and then of course you get the physical game, and then you're gonna have the code for the Double Dragon Dodgeball. So I think that collector's edition is pretty cool to have.
Right, just
And then of course another flashback that's actually going to be coming back. Bubble Bobble, Sugar Dungeon.
I'm gonna get addicted again.
Wow, let me tell you something.
I love that game. I love the NES game as a kid.
Me and my wife.
Me and my godbrother, we played that for like hours.
Me and my wife, we used to go to the White Plains White Bowl. It was called Post Bowl at the time. And they had, Bubble Bobble downstairs, and me and my wife were actually popping a couple of quarters, and we would actually play together, and it was actually fun and amazing, and we would just keep on popping in quarters. I didn't even realize it was 100 levels, to be honest with you. I mean, at that time, I was like, and I was like, wait, what level were you at? And she had to go home and stuff like that, so she had to. I was like, yo, you gotta leave. She's like, yeah, I gotta leave with my folks. I was like, damn it. So she had to drop her character, and I had to play through the game and stuff like that. And it's actually boring by yourself and everything, but it's fun with two players. But
of course,
yeah,
nothing off with that.
Indeed. But Bubble Bobble Sugar Dungeons is actually going to be an amazing Bub's return in the sweet themed dungeon crawler with elemental bubbles, and you're also going to have power ups that was from the original games as well. So you get to be able to power up and then to trade your certain items that you actually get in the game, and you actually get treasure chests that actually unlock these new powers that you actually earn, and actually go throughout the stages, you actually be able to use them. Now, no word on if it's going to be a two-player game. It didn't really mention, but I think it is going to be a two-player game. It has to be.
It has
It
to
has
be.
to
I
be.
can't see
It
bubble
has
bubble
to be.
That would be
I
really weird.
didn't really show off any details and everything if it is going to be a two-player game or not. But
Yeah,
it
they
seems
just showed the trailer. That was it. They just showed the trailer to know
That's
that it's
kind of
coming.
what the
So
double part is in the title. It, two player.
yeah, it's you have to have it. So
It's in its name.
Bub and Bob, right? You know what I mean? I was
right.
I was very confused. I was very confused when I actually saw the trailer, and I was like, "Wait a minute, okay, I see Bub," and they were like really going hard with Bub, but where's Bob?
Yeah.
Holy cow! What?
Yeah,
Not
and they
no
had a
two player?
mascot. They had a
Bro.
mascot right there when they were talking about him. Did you see that
Yeah.
part?
Yes, I did. I did. You know, in that cute little voice and stuff like that, with that little
Yeah,
mascot. Yeah, come on, man.
I love it.
It's something else, man. But you know what though? Bubble Bobble cannot be Bubble Bobble without two players. I'm sorry, it just
Yeah.
cannot
Oh no,
work.
of course not.
Okay, but
Don't
because
be foolish.
every single Bubble Bobble game was two players. So hopefully they clarify that. They didn't really mention much.
They
So
even
honorable.
have the spin-off game, Puzzle Bob.
I remember
Yes,
those.
and
Yeah.
Puzzle Bobble. Yes, exactly.
I
Yes,
got so addicted to it. And
I
then you feed those little
love
dinosaurs.
that.
They do this
Oh,
Oh
cute little thing
yeah,
around.
you'll be on that for like hours on that game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen,
I'm from the dinosaurs fish.
my wife actually plays a game called Bubble Witch, which is similar to that's the same,
Yeah.
similar to it, but it's in the same vein. It's in the same vein, and also you actually get to play against. You get to choose your path, and of course, in certain paths, once you get to a certain boss, you can actually be able to face the boss and stuff like that, which is pretty cool too. And the stages get harder and all that stuff, and you have to be really
of course.
precise.
And the enemies
You have to be
get
so
faster too as
precise,
well.
so precise with your bubble placements, because one f up, just one, and you're like then you have to go through cycle through all your bubbles just to get that one out. Oh man, so frustrating. But I always like to try. I'm sorry,
But at the end of the day, it's always fun though.
oh yeah,
It's always fun and challenging. That's what I like about it.
Absolutely. So here's some honorable mentions. Damon and Baby, which is actually a new
Yes.
a new
That looks pretty interesting.
top-down action shooting game that's actually made from the
Xbox.
original Guilty Gear creator Daisuke Ishiwatari, which if I pronounce it correctly. It's actually featuring a demon king cursed to carry a child on its back. So it's almost like a bullet hell type of game. I think it's actually which is pretty
Yeah.
cool. I actually like that style. I like where they're going with that. And I also noticed
that was unexpected though. I mean, I wasn't expecting a game like that from him at all.
They did mention a lot throughout the showcase. They said they're actually going after mid-tier games. You notice they mentioned that? They said middle.
I did see that in the subtitles.
Yeah, they're not going full AAA. They're not going full indie. They're going mid-tier. So they're actually having some of the developers who are actually within the team come up with ideas and actually make their ideas become reality. And they're trying to get away from the fighting genre because they feel like they've been beating it to the ground, and they want to move on to make some more exciting, fun, and different games. And you know what? I am all for it.
Absolutely.
This industry has been so diluted with the same old thing, same old song and dance.
I know.
It's time to go back to the days where fun, different, and obscure games need to be in the forefront. We need to have different games. We need to have different, fun, and exciting different experiences, because that's how PlayStation flourished. That's how they got their start. Nintendo, same thing. They got their start by making obscure, different, fun games. Sega, same thing. They had an arcade heritage, but they also made fun, different, and obscure games. So I'm all for it. Then of course the Guilty Gear Strive update, which is actually going to be releasing Lucy from Cyberpunk. They didn't really talk about much about that because it was
No,
actually
I remember
after.
I remember they talked about Under Night and Birth 2. You know, they announced they're gonna have the Azumi DLC. You know,
Yeah, that's
they
gonna
announced
be.
that though.
And
So,
they got
but
an Evo, and also it's going to be an Evo game, so they're going to be playing that at Evo.
yeah,
So Evo,
that's been announced for
it's
Evo
official.
already. So
Yeah,
and then
and you get ranked. You can actually get ranked.
yeah,
For
and
the
you can
for the
also
Evo.
try out the counter Azumi over there as well. So.
Indeed.
Also, but there's one thing I like to mention though is
Yeah.
there's a new anime fighting game that's coming out from them. It's called Hunter by Hunter New Impact, and it's going to be a 3-on-3 fighting game.
Oh,
That
yeah.
looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hunter. Yeah,
I gotta
New
catch up
Impact.
on that.
Yeah, it's going to be a 3-on-3 fighting game, and it looks pretty cool. But unfortunately, they only announced it for the PS5, Switch, and PC. So,
Well,
shame no Xbox release though for this game.
well, judging by the way that
got
Xbox is going, and everything.
I got a PS5 and a Switch, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Well, speaking of which, I mean, going to change gears for a second.
You talk about wait, hold on. Did you talk about Demon Knight's Fever?
No, I did not. That's the
What?
thing I was talking about. There's actually
Did you
a
say Demon
chaotic.
Knight Beaver?
No, Demon
Wow.
Knight's Fever.
Wow. Pause.
Don't
Woo.
put words into my mouth, Tony. Come on.
Oh my.
I
Oh my gosh. Okay. Demon Knight Fever, a chaotic raising speedrunning simulated RPG. In other words,
it sounds
it's basically the faster you go, and every single time you die, you actually become stronger. So it's almost like a roguelike. It's like a roguelike type of game. Which
Sounds crazy.
which I'm all for it. I'm definitely all for it. And that's
Me too.
it's me personally, I love speed runs. I mean, and you know what? Speed running is actually starting to become a huge thing now. So and people are speed running games that I thought were impossible. How do you speed run? How do you speed run Elden Ring? What?
Yeah, like I say to myself, no, I gotta see this to believe it because I see someone put the time I beat this game, I was like, no way, I gotta see this. I said, let me take a look at this, and I'm like, oh my god, you could go through there like that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know there was a quick part. I was like, that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I was absolutely shocked. Some of the tricks that these people actually pull off, some of the glitches that they actually find, and literally you have to glitch through the game. There's no way you can be able to finish the game normally.
I'm pretty sure that there's times with the both of you when you see like a game that you love the most, and you see someone speed run the game at a certain time. I'm pretty sure you said to yourself, "No way, I gotta check it out."
Ah man, I find it very very interesting that but anyway, those are some of the announcements that they have and the thing. Let's move on to the Capcom spotlight. One of the games they mentioned was Pragmata, a long-standing game that they announced almost near a decade ago. Well, not a decade, but like.
Well, I wouldn't say a decade. I mean,
about 5 years.
2021. Yeah, 5 years.
Yeah, about 5 years. About almost 4 to 5 years.
But I hate waiting that long for games. I hate that.
Yeah, because you almost forget. You forgot the game was even being created. It was like, okay. You know,
they're still doing this game? I thought this game was canceled.
Me too.
I thought they canned it.
Yeah, and they actually did a teaser on, I believe it was on Microsoft stage and everything. It says coming soon. I was like, okay. But it's a sci-fi adventure with the android Diana and the investigator Hugh, featuring a hacking and lunar exploration. So very interesting. It's one of those games that I'm looking forward to. I want to find out more information. They only give us teasers, and I want to see full gameplay, please, if I can.
We just see a little bit of gameplay of the game.
A little bit, but it didn't give me. I want the meat and potatoes. I want to know.
But they did show the combat on the game now. Now I want to ask you guys, like, how do you feel about like saying you have Diane on your back and then she has to reveal like the weak spots on the robots you're fighting, because you can't just shoot them, because you have to use Diane to reveal the weak spots, and then when you can, then you gotta shoot them quickly. I don't
Yeah.
mind that, but I see a lot of people are going to be annoyed by that. So, what do you guys think about that?
It's almost similar to Death. Well, not really. Death Stranding actually has that kind of mechanic also because of what the equipment that he has. But this one is a little bit different. The mechanics of having tools that or guidance that actually can pinpoint weak spots for certain enemies and certain bosses. I find that intriguing as long as it doesn't get interfere with the actual experience. If it interferes with the actual experience, like it gets annoying, then I'm like, can we shut this thing up? Can we put it away? Or something like that, or mute it? Because I like to do the explorations myself. I don't like to get too involved with, oh, go here. I'm like, do I have to go here? Can I just go over there for a second? I
You know
want
what
to
that
see.
reminds me of?
What is that?
What's that?
Remember Ocarina of Time?
Oh,
Okay.
hey, listen, hey, listen. Oh no,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's gonna be
Yeah.
full of that.
Oh no,
So I
no.
hope there's an option to turn it off.
Oh, they need to.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 6, of course, they actually showed off a little bit of Sagat. Well, not really. They only showed a teaser.
Yeah, they showed a teaser, no gameplay,
No
unfortunately.
gameplay.
It's gonna be later on, but they did give us a date for him. He's gonna be out on August 5th, though, which I can understand the release. They want to release August 5th, though, because they don't want to release him before Evo. Because I feel like they don't want to take the risk. What if they find something broken with Sagat, and then everybody starts using Sagat through the whole tournament, so they figure we'll release him like after Evo. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think that's fine.
Not only that, but there were a little few swimsuits they actually mentioned as well. That's actually going to be available for the characters, and they only reviewed quite a few of them, which are
Luke
very
and Jamie
interesting.
has one. Cammy, Chun Li has them, and AK Aki has one too. I think Elena has one as well.